Have you ever felt the heavy weight of emotional attachment, trapped in a cycle that seems impossible to escape? It's a common struggle that can leave you feeling powerless and stuck. But here's the good news: change is not just possible, it's well within your reach. Drawing inspiration from ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, we'll uncover the keys to mastering the art of detachment and breaking free from the emotional chains that bind us. In this transformative video, we'll explore the profound principles of Stoicism to guide you on a journey toward emotional freedom. By applying these timeless teachings, you'll discover practical strategies to detach from what weighs heavily on your mind. Say goodbye to the mental shackles of attachment and welcome a newfound clarity that focuses on what truly matters in your life. If you believe in the power of personal growth and are ready to break free from emotional attachment, this video is for you. The power of detachment. Let's dive into why detachment is so important. When we cling too tightly to people or situations, we give them control over our emotions, almost like handing someone else the remote to our feelings. Their influence can dictate our happiness, sadness, and even lead us to make irreversible decisions. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you learn to assign the right importance to things beyond your control. Imagine your emotions as a kite. Each string represents a potential direction your feelings can be pulled. If you hold on too tightly or to too many strings, you're at the mercy of the wind. Stoicism teaches us to loosen our grip, recognizing that while we can't control the wind, we can choose which strings to hold. This doesn't make you cold or indifferent. It makes you grounded and resilient. So let's get practical. Start by identifying what or who you're overly attached to. Next, ask yourself, why do you seek validation? Are you afraid of loneliness or something else? Understanding the root of your attachment is the first step in loosening its grip. Or person anchor you down detachment in. Its essence sets you free. Understanding attachment. To understanding attachment, you need to realize that when you're attached to something, you are operating from your ego. Let's strip things back to basics. We are creatures of love at our core. Think about a newborn baby radiating joy, untouched by the complexities of ego yet. As we age, our ego takes the driver's seat, cluttering our lives with attachments. These attachments, whether to people or ideals, cloud our judgment and distract us from our essence, which is love. Remember, this attachment is the game of the ego, the very antithesis of love and self-contentment. If we step back and view our desires and connections through this lens, we begin to see the unnecessary weight they add to our lives. Now envision a life lived from a place of love, not ego. Imagine the freedom of not clinging desperately to outcomes, people, or statuses. Living from love allows you to trust in abundance, to genuinely believe that what's meant for you will find its way. This isn't about wishful thinking, it's about a deep-seated belief in your personal value and capabilities. It empowers you to let go, to recognize that attachments are merely anchors limiting the vast ocean you're meant to explore. So how do we start to untangle ourselves from these anchors? Begin by acknowledging the attachment. See it for what it is, a product of your ego seeking security and validation. Next, shift your perspective. Understand that your worth isn't tied to this attachment. Your essence, your core is enough. This understanding doesn't occur overnight. It's a deliberate practice, a conscious choice to prioritize your inner peace over external validation. Finally, embrace the concept of abundance. When you let go of the fear of loss, the universe is a way of rewarding you with more than what was let go. Detachment doesn't mean you care less, it means you understand better. It means staying true to your essence, letting love guide you rather than fear. The journey towards detachment is transformative. It's about shedding layers of the ego to uncover the resilient, love-filled soul beneath. Its about moving forward with lightness, free from the burdens of attachment, ready to welcome new blessings with open arms and a steadfast heart. 3. The illusion of the ego. The ego. Sometimes our ego makes us believe that we're not good enough, or that another person's grass is greener, leading us into a trap where we emotionally cling to others for validation. This misconception often leads us to idolize individuals, placing them on a pedestal as if they possess something unattainable. Yet when stripped down to our essence in life's critical moments, we realize no one holds a special ticket. We're all equally vulnerable, equally human. It's crucial then to confront this illusion heed to see it for the mirage it is and not let it distort our perception of ourselves or others. Let's talk self-confidence and inner healing for a second. It's okay to remind yourself that you're amazing, special, and unique. It's a healthy practice for building self-esteem and nurturing your inner child. However, embracing this mindset doesn't mean viewing others as less than or separating yourself from the collective human experience. Instead, it's about recognizing that while we each have our unique paths, no single path is inherently superior to another. Our stories are interwoven threads in the larger tapestry of life, each as significant as the next. Now on to the subject of detachment, particularly in relationships. It's easy to fall into the lack mindset, fearing the loss of someone unique and irreplaceable. This thought pattern is a direct offspring of our ego whispering lies of scarcity and limitation. In truth, enforcing emotional detachment is not about denying feelings or becoming indifferent, but about embracing the abundance of the universe and our capacity for love. It's acknowledging that while someone can be special to us, our completeness doesn't rely on their presence. This realization liberates us from fear-based attachment, allowing us to love freely without clinging desperately. Finally, resonating with the Stoic philosophy, it's invaluable to practice seeing every individual, including ourselves, through a lens of equality. Everyone we meet, everyone we might lose, plays their role in our journey just as we play in theirs. But no role is indispensable. By internalizing this, we cultivate a profound emotional strength that prepares us to face life's uncertainties with grace. The Stoics taught us the importance of focusing on what we can control, our perceptions, actions, and will. In applying this to relationships and detachment, we find a path to genuine peace and resilience, shed-eating the illusions cast by our ego and embracing the liberating truth of our shared humanity. For detachment in practice. Practice the thing is, you have to be willing to let go of past experiences. You have to be willing to let go of past relationships, right? It's like holding on to a rope so tight that your hands start to hurt, but you're scared to let go because you don't know what will happen if you do. Let me tell you, letting go doesn't mean you fall. Sometimes it means you can finally stretch your hands, reach out, and grab something even better. I had to learn this the hard way when I clung onto a comfortable relationship because it felt safe, not realizing I was shutting doors to potential happiness that was knocking on my door. Here's another truth bomb: fear of missing out, or FOMO as we call it, is a trap. It's like watching everyone else's highlight reel on social media while you think you're missing out on life, but it's not real life. It's a curated, filtered snapshot meant to showcase a perfect moment. Once I stopped scrolling through everyone else's stories and started living my own, FOMO lost its grip on me. Not knowing every detail of someone else's life doesn't mean you're missing out. It means you're fully present in your own life, making memorable moments that belong to you and you alone. Attachment to a false image of happiness can make letting go seem impossible. You see others living their best life in fear that you're falling behind, that you might never have what they have. But remember, grass only looks greener from a distance. Up close you'll see it has its share of brown patches too, creating an illusion of perfection in someone else's life steals joy from your own. It's like running on a treadmill trying to catch up to a hologram. No matter how fast you go, you'll never reach it because it's not real. Detachment isn't about giving up happiness, it's about defining it on your own terms. So to emotionally detach, follow the Stoic principle. Focus on what's within your control, your thoughts, your actions, your growth. It's empowering to realize that no one's opinion, no past relationship, not even a shiny filtered life on social media has the power to define your worth or your happiness. This realization is your armor. It allows you to move forward unburdened by unnecessary attachments, free to experience life in all its unpredictable glory, and open to the genuine, fulfilling connections that are waiting just around the corner. Remember, letting go isn't an end, it's a bold step toward the life you truly. Where does true value come from? This question can help shift us away from unnecessary attachments and guide us toward emotional freedom. Understanding this concept is especially important when we need to detach from someone. This process is deeply rooted in Stoic principles, not about severing ties with bitterness, but recognizing that the deepest companionship is the one we have with ourselves. True value, it turns out, originates from within: our character, our wisdom, and how we treat others. It's easy to think that our happiness depends on the presence of others, or that our worth rises and falls with their approval or neglect. This mindset chains us, reducing our vast potential to the whims of others, much like a bird that believes it needs permission to fly. Now imagine realizing that the sky has always been open, waiting for you to spread your wings on your own terms. This self-reliance is liberating, teaching us that our value doesn't fluctuate with others' opinions or presence. Therefore, detachment isn't about pushing someone away, it's about drawing closer to our essence. By focusing on personal growth and becoming the best versions of ourselves, we free ourselves from the heavy weight of neediness. Think of it like nurturing a garden. You wouldn't plead for a single flower to bloom. Instead, you tend to the soil, water the plants, and trust the natural process. By prioritizing self-improvement, we cultivate a garden that flourishes regardless of who chooses to admire it. This nurturing becomes a source of happiness that is independent, resilient, and deeply rewarding. So how do we navigate this path of emotional detachment? It starts with understanding that you are complete, with or without someone's affirmation. Your journey is about discovering the vastness of your own sky and learning to embrace the freedom that comes from flying solo when needed. Embrace the wisdom of Stoicism. Focus on what's within your control, your thoughts, actions, and growth. This doesn't mean closing your heart to love and connection. It means anchoring your emotions in the steady ground of your being. Remember, your self-worth isn't a puzzle missing someone else's piece. It's a masterpiece in progress, complete as it is while remaining open to adding more beauty from the world around you. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this brought some insights into your day. If this resonated with you, please hit that like button. And if not, that's perfectly fine too. Your perspective is always valued here. For those eager to dive deeper into personal growth, we have a special gift for you. An exclusive free guide exploring 3 Stoic rules for a fulfilling life. Check the link in the description to claim yours. Lastly, we'd love to hear your thoughts on emotional detachment or any insights from your own experiences in the comments. If you know someone who could benefit from today's topic, feel free to share this video with them. Until next time, let's spread wisdom and support one another.